Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Kings versus Nuggets NBA matchup on Friday, February 9th, 2024. Of course, if you like all the free picks we give out at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK. You'll get 15% off. We also have products for people that make big bets, people with big bankrolls. If that's you, text the number that you see on the screen for the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These are not available on the website. The only way to get these is to text that number that you see on the screen. So if that's you, go ahead and text. But let's get to this one. Kings taking on the Nuggets, two teams that if the season ended, they would be in the NBA playoffs. Of course, the Nuggets are the defending champs, playing on the back-to-back after playing the Lakers on Thursday night. And the Kings, well, this team, it was so up and down, inconsistent. 14-9 straight up at home, but 10-13 against the number. And, you know, the Kings, it just seems that they are tough to figure out in spots. You know, a couple years ago for me, it was the Minnesota Timberwolves that I just could not get it down. And for me this year, it's been the Sacramento Kings, who I had so much faith in coming into the season. They've kicked me so many times, and it's like, and then other times, it's like when I've lost faith in them, well, that's when they seem to come through. So, you know, maybe it's just not my team. On the other side, we've got the Denver Nuggets, the defending champs, you know, certainly getting it into gear as we pass, you know, get into that 50-game plus mark into the season. This is when the championship teams do it. In boxing, they call it the championship rounds. And in basketball, well, it's the championship part of the season. This is where it does all separate out the playoff teams, the contenders, and the pretenders. And, of course, facing off, you know, teams like this is a good barometer game for both these teams. As the Kings won the last time they met and that game was in Sacramento, 123-117. A little bit different version of the Nuggets now, a lot healthier. Of course, the Nuggets, prior to that Lakers game, had won 4 of their prior 5 games, but it was against the Blazers a couple times. They lost it at OKC, a team that just has their number, and then wins over the Sixers and the Bucks. When we look at the Kings coming in this one, losses to the Cavaliers and then at home to the Detroit Pistons. I say it so many times, and I know that people, they just write it off, and you know they're going to say what they want to say and do what they want to do. But at the same time, I think it's always something to look at when a team comes off an extended road trip, 5, 6, 7 games like the Kings did. That first game back, it's rarely a happy ending to that thing. We see it in baseball more often than we see it in basketball. So coming up in a couple months, well, we'll see what happens there. When we look at the Nuggets offense, one of the best in the NBA. The Kings defense is certainly lacking, and that's where a lot of their inconsistency comes from. In the past, the Kings offense has really been lights out, but this year, really not all that stellar there, and maybe that's where some of that inconsistency comes from as well. I just think the problem that they have here is that the Nuggets can just D it up even when they're not scoring, and on the road, it's where they really import on the defense. And I think where this game is won and lost and why the Nuggets have the biggest edge is because they're also going to dominate the boards. I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com, 100% free, and they'll help you get on the most favorable bets on the board today.